This is the ACR Woodpecker 5.
How many firelighters did you put on there? Was it just the one?
I did use 2. It's like you've called into question my masculinity.
If you were a real man, you could do it with just one.
I'm taking the firelighter. I actually can't handle that. I'm a man. Please like and subscribe. They make a few versions, a Woodpecker 4, which can also have a log store version, this Woodpecker 5 and a 5 Plus. They're made from steel with cast iron doors. They've got a static multi-fuel grate, which is best suited for wood but can burn coal. They come with an ash pan, and strangely, ACR as standard have a 1-year warranty, which is a bit surprising because there's no reason why their stoves can't last for many years. And certainly if you jump through a few hoops, you can increase that warranty to 5 years. Logs on the base as always, sort of staggered out, a few bits of kindling.
It's a bit of a rogue move.
Yeah, I'm going logs on top as well, in part because I've had a couple of times where I haven't put enough fuel on and then I've been reloading it, and it's sort of less of this sort of fair test. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
If you were a real man, you could do it with just one.
I'm taking the firelighter. If this doesn't light, I'm going to be so upset. Oh, I'm going to do right. Door on the latch, vent fully open. If this doesn't light. Well, that one was nice and easy. Up to temperature in about 13 minutes. At this point, I'll close the primary air and leave it to continue heating up and heating the room. Well, they're obviously all DEFRA approved and eco-design ready. This particular one can run at 78.8% efficiency as well. It also obviously runs nice and clean on the glass. When I've tried to maximise burn time, I have found that it can blacken around the edges, but I get it hot again and it sort of cleans it off. If you shut it right down, you would be able to blacken the glass overnight. But as I say, it will sort of burn itself off. There's no smoke spilling into the room. Well, the tool, as we mentioned, is not great. Slight cut again. As you may be aware, we were sent incorrect spare parts by ACR. So the yellow gloves do not come with the stove. This white one does, and obviously it's a slight issue in that it could get covered in soot and not end up that colour for very long. This is the correct tool. Now, it doesn't attach to the handle or open the handle in any way, or do anything with anything else, but it does at least work with the ash pan. In terms of the actual controls, we've got primary air on the left hand side, which brings up air underneath. You'll use that when you're lighting the stove or if you're burning any coal. Once it's up to temperature, particularly if you're burning wood, you'll close that off straight away. You then allow the room to get up to temperature, and if you want to sort of just run at a cruising speed, you're going to sort of close the secondary air about halfway. That will maintain clean glass, but also good fuel economy. If you allow the ash pan to fill up with ash, so you haven't got that air underneath, this stove will actually burn overnight with wood. And obviously to do that, you wouldn't necessarily close it fully. As you can see, it controls quite well when it's fully shut down. You might just crack it open just a touch and you'll maintain slightly cleaner glass for when you get up in the morning, and it will run over with a bit of practice. We test fuel economy by getting the stove up to temperature and then burning a single net of kiln-dried logs on it to see how long it will maintain operating temperature. This stove is all about economy. It's cheap to buy, cheap to service and maintain, and it's cheap to run. This stove ran for 10 to 13 hours during our test, so it outperformed some stoves that cost double, 3 times as much money. There are areas where this stove is a little rough around the edges. The handle itself isn't beautifully finished, the tool is not brilliantly well thought out or engineered, and the ash pan could be a pain if ash gets behind it and you can't actually get it in. But this stove is fantastically economical. It easily performed as well, and in some cases even better, than stoves that are significantly more expensive. To be honest, it's a hot hatch. It doesn't look or feel like a Mercedes, but in the real world it does everything that the Mercedes can. This will really suit the cost-conscious buyer, the person who wants the best bang for their buck. It's relatively cheap to buy, run, and service due to its very simple parts and spares, and it's controllable. It's flexible with its static grey. I apologise for the car analogies, but hot hatch really is a good one for this stove.